All right, Dan, it's really good to meet you, and congratulations on passing the two-step evaluation and also verification. 100K right at the top of our accounts. And before I start, I can only say one thing, and that is you like gold. Gold is it basically. Yeah. That's what you do. That's your entire thing, and it's obviously worked for you. Before we get into the account, why gold? I mean, it's popular, but I'm always curious to know people's reasons why.
So first of all, I really like to focus on one asset because watching an asset move is kind of like learning a language. You get more familiar with it over time. So I prefer to stick with one asset, and I think it's very important that the asset has enough volatility to create opportunities every single day for your trade setups. So volatility is important, and then understanding kind of like how it moves is very important to me. So gold has everything I need, and there's no reason for me to go see if the grass is greener on the other side somewhere.
It is volatile, and you've actually passed the account in a really, really beautiful way. The verification level, the look at the equity curves on both of these, the evaluation relatively standard, couple of periods of drawdown, definitely something that we would normally expect, but the verification very, very, very smooth indeed. How did you find the trading of the two-step with just one asset like that?
Yeah, so the good thing lately about gold is it's been trending on a day-to-day basis, and that's kind of like why I like gold because I'm a day trader and I'm in and out of the market before the market resets. So because I am a lower time frame momentum trader, I'm just looking for those like strong moves to the upside or strong moves to the downside on the day. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of like what I'm looking for when I'm coming into the day to set up my trades.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you mentioned momentum trading. I mentioned in your style of trading as well, and you mentioned that you're obviously an intraday trader. Give us a quick background on your own journey, how long you've been trading, the kinds of things that you've gone through to arrive at this point to put in such a confident performance.
Yeah, so I first learned about the foreign exchange market about 7 years ago, and it's just been kind of a hobby of trading, after work and just trying to figure out if there is a method to the madness. And I didn't really get serious about it until about 1.5 years ago. And I put a lot of obsession into day trading. And, I believe that it is possible for traders to have an edge over the market as a day trader. And it's not just gambling, like a probability-based edge, right? So that's kind of like, once I kind of saw that it was possible to find a probability-based edge, then I just started applying consistency to that every day, day after day, and had positive results over time.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed as well that there was only 21 trades on the evaluation account. Looking, you can see these statistics on the screen as well. 21 trades, a win ratio of 41% of the time, and your longest trade was 7 hours. Shortest was about 4 minutes, so there's a nice breadth in your day trading style as well. Would you then say, because you're obviously picking your spots very, very carefully. You trade this account since the start of March, so it's not too long, but 21 trades is quite a small number. Would you describe your approach as being, are you swing trading here? You mentioned momentum. It's definitely more of a swing trading style rather than an in and out scalping style?
The scalping, like the 4-minute trade, that would just be like an unfortunate, really strong move in the wrong direction, or maybe the right direction. I'm not sure. But my intention, because for my stop loss levels, I generally use a 1 hour average true range level for that. So I can expect that at the very least, on average, I should be in the trade for at least an hour, right? But sometimes, you know how it goes, you press that button and all of a sudden, boom, it dumps, right? And it's just like you have no control over that. So that's why sometimes you get these anomalies where you have very short trades that look like scalps, but they're not, right?
Yeah, definitely. When you meet guys like yourself and you've obviously learned your craft and you've gone through it in such a smooth way, it looks like it's certainly from the stats as well, like it didn't really phase you at all. I noticed that you, on the verification, because obviously the verification, it tightens a little bit. Did you actually change anything as part of your approach there? Because I noticed that your average winning trade just came down ever so slightly from around about $2,500 down to about $2,300 $100, and your average losing trade just went a little bit tighter as well, $1,400 from 1,374. So did you find the pressure builds a little bit as you go from the evaluation into the verification?
Yeah, I think that's normal for anyone. The closer you get to the finish line, the more intense it becomes, right? And I think that can have a slight effect on anyone's mental game when it comes to trading. I try to keep it as consistent as I can. There's some variables I'll consider, like, okay, how much more profit do I need to pass this evaluation? Maybe it's 1%. Then maybe I try doing that last 1% in 2 trades rather than 1 trade, something like that, right? Just so I have a little bit more forgiveness. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's like you can probably see shifts in the data as people get to different phases of the evaluation, right?
Yeah, very much so. And everybody sort of like carves these things up slightly differently. And it generally 2steps always make better traders anyway because of the structure of the way that it works. But every time that I speak to a guy like yourself that's done 2step, you very, very rarely do I find someone that's phased by that. So it seems to be meat and drink to guys that have been around the block a few times. Now, your journey in prop, have you worked with other prop firms before? How has your journey with FTUK been?
The FTUK has been great. Super smooth process. I had no issues at all. Everything was automated, clean, dashboards are great. So I literally have no complaints over the whole website and the way it's set up. Very, very easy to work with.
So you've obviously you've passed the 2step evaluation, 100K right at the top end, and you get a funded account from here. What's the goal? What is the big picture for you in terms of your trading and how you are operating?
Yeah, so generally, I try not to switch up my trading style too much just because it's a funded account, right? I'm not a high risk target trader, so I'm not going to be targeting like a 10% gain or 15% gain for a payout on the account. Generally, I'm pretty conservative. It'll be somewhere between 2 and 3 point something percent, depending on what the market gives me. And then that's my cap. Like, I do not go higher than that. And then I'll try to get the payout. And then if the account refreshes, I'll run it again and attempt the same thing. But consistency when it comes to funded accounts that's really what I believe in, because you can really control your results over time like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, I really, really appreciate your time today. Congratulations. We'll get all of the account authorized for you today. And well done. And we hope that you are with us with FTUK for a long time. Thank you very much, Dan.
All right. Thank you very much. Talk to you later.